So as you get ready to slip on that swimsuit this weekend, we thought it might be a good time to take a look inside the lives of those lifeguards perched above the pool, sitting there at the beach. So many of them looking out for our families, and we appreciate it. But what are some of them really doing up there? What are they really smoking? The answer might have you blowing the whistle. Here's Rena Ninen.
It's the 4th of July, and with the sun finally shining and temperatures sizzling, it's time to hit the water. And these are the young men and women charged with protecting our lives while we swim.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Lifeguards, buff, busty, and brave, ready to jump in at the first sign of danger. Right? Well, maybe not always. Sure, they may look hot in their signature red bathing suits, ripped abs, and tan torsos like on Baywatch. But what do we really know about the dudes and dolls behind the shades?
It's the start of swimming season, and you're outing secrets that people don't want to know.
Meet 23-year-old Harris, a former lifeguard at several pools in Texas. Tonight, he's blowing his whistle on the secret practices that he says sometimes occur high atop the lifeguard stand. And we do mean high.
Are lifeguards using drugs?
Yes. There were a couple of lifeguards who smoke weed before coming into work, or they would be still rolling from the night before.
That's something many lifeguards confess to us. And according to Harris, at one pool, not only were lifeguards coming in hungover, they would blaze up right on the job.
They check chemicals.
Checking chemicals, it's a code word.
Yes. Normally when you check chemicals, it's to check the pH, but what they were doing is they were going back and smoking weed.
But there are kids whose lives are potentially in your hands, and they're getting high.
Yes, it's very irresponsible.
It's doubly troubling, Harris says, because actually checking the chemicals is really important to keep the pool sanitary. As they say, what happens in the pool stays in the pool.
If you're going to the pool, don't go at the end of the day, because it's full of urine and it's really quite nasty.
Ugh, how do you know that?
You can tell by the color. Like at the start of the day, it's really a pretty blue. At the end of the day, it's more yellow.
Ick factor aside, discolored water can pose a more hidden health hazard. It makes it harder for lifeguards to see people. Take the tragic case of mom Marie Joseph. Look at this security video. That's Marie coming down the slide. Her head bobs above the water for a moment before she sinks to the bottom of the pool. Multiple lifeguards were on duty, including this one directly in front of her.
I just don't see how they missed it. Somebody wasn't doing their job.
But the water was so murky, none of them noticed her submerged body. See here as the pool went from blue to dark green. An investigation later revealed that a pool manager held off on chlorinating the water to reduce costs.
Water is really strange. Either you're having fun or you're dying.
Roughly 4,000 Americans drown each year, and 1 in 5 children who drown in swimming pools do so with a lifeguard present. Surveillance cameras caught this 15-year-old drowning after going down this water slide. The teen was underwater for more than 5 minutes. Where was the lifeguard? According to the family's attorney, busy at the basketball court.
We're at the pool and there's a young boy who has lost consciousness.
By the time someone finally noticed the kid at the bottom of the pool, it was too late. Shockingly, no guard was disciplined.
It's silent, it's quiet, and it's sudden.
Kathleen Pluchinski's 4-year-old son drowned at this ritzy country club pool.
Let's just say my son was found 10 feet from an empty lifeguard chair. Is there anything else that I really need to say?
She believes too few lifeguards are trained properly.
I've talked to hundreds of guards, literally, and I asked this question: how many of you feel like you would recognize a swimmer in trouble immediately? Not one hand has ever been raised. Never, not one.
A lot of lifeguards, they're not prepared for something really bad happening.
And here's the thing, it's actually quite challenging to spot a kid drowning, as I found out for myself with a test dummy named Timmy.
I've got my underwater camera on. They're gonna hide the mannequin Timmy somewhere in the pool. I've gotta find it. How hard can this really be?
Timmy is right at the edge of the pool, just feet in front of me, a spot where many young kids called wall huggers drowned. I scanned the pool over and over again and can't find him.
This mannequin was not in my line of sight at all. I can tell you, I never saw it, never once.
getting ready to start an aquatic facility operational audit.
Meet Rack Carroll. He's no ordinary water park guest, but rather an undercover boss, the head of Ellis & Associates, a lifeguard training company. Today, he's here at an indoor water park in Pennsylvania, playing a game of cat and mouse with his trainees, armed with a video camera to secretly see who's paying attention.
We want to be able to see a guest in distress within 10 seconds so that we're not being reactive to a situation where somebody may already be on the bottom.
Carroll does this regularly because, frankly, there were endless examples of lifeguards behaving badly, all caught on tape. Look at this lifeguard totally tuning out the pool, listening to his iPod.
No lifeguard should ever be provided any electronic equipment, certainly no texting or talking on the phone.
This guy seems to have something else on his mind besides safety. He's looking everywhere but at the swimmers. Is he checking out that woman's behind? Worst of all may be this guard. He's gone into full hibernation mode. Fortunately, no one is swimming. Let's hope he returns from La La Land before some kid cannonballs into the deep end. But secretly surveilling the guards is only step one.
How realistic of a simulation is this dummy drill?
It's as realistic as it gets. It's a situation where we have a crowded pool, where lifeguards are focused on their zones and scanning their water. It's the only real-time evaluation of a lifeguard on the stand.
With Carol's supervision, we conducted one of our own drills with our trusty mannequin, Timmy. Would these unsuspecting lifeguards be able to spot him with our hidden cameras rolling? Watch as one of our producers sneaks Timmy in the pool. In less than 5 seconds, the lifeguard Blake, 18, sees something, blows his whistle, and jumps in.
Did you think it was a real kid drowning?
Honestly, I'm just scanning the waters, and if I see something that's not out of the norm, I go in and check it out, no matter if it's a garbage bag to a kid, Doesn't make a difference to me.
Yeah, you were pretty quick, less than 5 seconds.
We're not just people who just tan, big macho people with their shirts off. We actually we're saving people's lives.
Ellis lifeguards have become superb at the drills. The average response time is 3 seconds. But Harris warns that's no reason for parents to mistake the pool for daycare.
Parents will drop their kids off at the pool and they don't have any supervision except for the lifeguards.
So parents think you're just a cheap babysitting service?
I guess so.
And not only do kids need to be monitored constantly, Rack Carroll says so do the guards.
But isn't it uncomfortable to have to go to the lifeguard or the manager and say, sorry, I don't think he's scanning the pool?
It may be uncomfortable, but it's a whole lot more comfortable than dealing with your child being on the bottom of the pool.